Most of the food we eat is reliant on pollination, so you can imagine the sort of obvious stuff that fruits, any plant producing a flower requires pollinators in order to then go on to produce the fruit. But they're important parts of ecosystems, so obviously they're critical for those plants that have flowers to complete their life cycle. They're food for other organisms, they produce honey, so there's a range of reasons why they're really key in the ecosystem. Climate change is affecting pollinators on many different levels. All insects are what we call ectotherms, which means their developmental rate is governed by temperature. So as temperatures get warmer, insects are developing more quickly, and that can mean that their life cycle is no longer in sync with the environment that they live in. That's especially important in seasonal climates like in the UK, because they can be reaching a point in their life cycle where they're meant to be preparing for winter, but warmer autumn conditions are telling them to keep developing and keep growing, and then they may not survive winter. For the ones that do survive winter, we're getting warmer spring conditions, and that's happening earlier. So we're getting insects emerging much earlier in spring, and there may not be flowers that are emerging at the same time. Climate change is something which we know from the literature is affecting all facets of their sort of life history and their biology. And now we've got the combined threat of increasing pesticide use that's affecting them directly, but also in combination with climate change. So it's something we critically need to address. So if people are really interested in trying to help bees, there are some simple things they can do. So let your garden go a bit wild, allowing plants that grow there that pollinators and bees are going to like, just let them go. An immaculate garden is not really great for biodiversity. There are things like bee hotels you can buy from DIY stores, which can help some pollinators sort of come and have a nesting site, and allows them to increase numbers. Not using pesticides in your own garden, not using bug sprays, not using things to kill the weeds on your drive. All of those things can help.